3, 2.
Woo! Fuck! Dude, I just cracked the living fuck out of my back. Holy shit, dude. Oh my God, I think I just reset my spinal cord. I hope my chiropractor isn't watching this. Hold on, wait, but we're not going to get into this right away. I always do a song at the beginning, so let's start with a song. Let's pretend I didn't just scream into your fucking eardrums, okay? Let's pretend like that didn't happen. Let's pretend like you didn't even notice that, okay? So let's just pretend the intro didn't happen yet, and that wasn't a thing. And now here's the real intro. 3, 2. As long as you love me, we could be starving, we could be homeless, we could be broke. Stop the cap. Stop the cap, Justin, JB, Jizzy B. Okay, don't say that. That's weird as fuck. Justin Bieber, look, I get it. That's a heartwarming, heartfelt moment of a song, and I understand that. And I get that a lot of people are going to listen to that song and they'll be like, you know what? Love is real. Love is true. And as much as love is real, it could also fade away. It could also fade away into dust. Okay, it could also fade away into pixie dust, because that's what we all came from. We all came from pixie dust, because deep down inside, we're all just a bunch of fairies, confused fairies. At least that's what I like to think. That's what gets me through the day. But Justin, he's saying that, you know what? I would preferably sleep in a tent with the woman that I love than own a home. I wouldn't. I don't. Okay, dude, that's fucking, you're out of your mind, Justin. What the fuck is wrong with you? Holy shit, dude. Look, love is great and everything, but like I said, it fades away. But you know what doesn't fade away? That mortgage, okay, that you're going to be paying on that house that you get to live in, dude. I'd rather have food, water, and a nice place to live than fucking, I don't know, some girl that could leave me at any time, right? I don't know. That's just me, though. Welcome to the podcast. My name's Anthony Kaz, and welcome to Kicking It with Kaz, you piece of shit. I'm kidding. I love you guys. I hope you're having a beautiful day, whatever day it is, day, night, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. I hope you're having a fantastic time and you're absolutely living it up. And you know what? If it's not doing too good, then you know what? Fuck them. You know what? Fuck them. Fuck everybody and fuck and fuck. I don't know what we're fucking, but we're fucking something. Okay, go fuck somewhere. I don't know. Maybe that'll make you feel better. Okay, just don't do weird things, or do weird things, whatever you want to do. But yeah, welcome to the podcast. Episode is this 7? I think we're on episode 7. I'm not 100% sure here. I'm a little bit all over the place, specifically because I'm actually coming back from a trip. I was just in Florida over the weekend. I got my clothes all over the floor. I'm basically still living out of my suitcase because I'm a lazy fuck, and I didn't get to clean out my fucking suitcase. But that doesn't fucking matter. What else is going on? This is the only clean part of my room right now, if you're wondering. By the way, I know a lot of you might be looking at my clothes, and if you're watching right now, if you're listening, obviously you have no idea because you're only got me in your ears right now, okay? But if you're watching and you're like, Anthony, I'm pretty sure you might have worn that same fit in another episode. I don't care. I don't fucking care, nor do I give a fuck, okay? So either get with it or get the fuck out. Get with it or get the fuck out of here. Okay, I don't have time for your bullshit. If you got negative, if you want to trail around that little negativity in the comment section, listen, you comment, go ahead, but get the fuck out of here. I don't have time for this shit. But listen, first of all, let me give you a little bit of a spark notes before we even get into this episode, just so you have something to look forward to and you kind of know what track we're gonna be on today. First off, I got lost at sea. Not a joke. Wish it was. Not a joke. I got a whole story for that. We got a whole story about my flight. This little kid sat behind me, so you could imagine how, if you know how I feel about children, and specifically children on flights under the age of 4, you know that I have a very strong opinion on that. So you know that I'm going to get a little bit angry later in this podcast. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about my trip. We got some current events that we're going to get into. Tony Hawk thought it was a good idea to fucking put blood inside of a skateboard. Don't really know what's going through his fucking noggin. I think that he's had one too many fucking concussions, clearly. Okay, somebody on his PR team better figure that shit out. And on top of it all, I'm going to introduce a new segment at the end of this called Shitty Advice Sessions with Kaz. I'm going to give you guys advice on things that you asked me about for advice. And you know what? It's probably going to be the worst advice you ever received, but nonetheless, it's going to be advice. Woo! Anyways, I want to start today's episode just to get us on a level playing field here. I'd like to start today's episode with a quote that really spoke to me. I heard it during the week. The quote is from the great Fox News. And it's not, I'm not making a joke. This is serious. This is very serious. Okay, it's not funny. It's the quote, great one by the way. Started off right soon as the news opened up. He goes, hold on, let me get in my announcer voice real quick. He goes, it's hot boy summer in Afghanistan, and the Taliban are having the time of their lives. What? Who cleared that, dude? No, seriously though. I was thinking about, dude, I can't even fucking keep a straight face. Can you believe that he said that on fucking national television, dude? That's something where if I said that, right? Like that's how I would start a podcast episode. I'm honestly a little bit mad that I didn't think of that. I'm a little bit upset that I did not think of that joke to start this podcast because it's fucking hilarious, okay? And that's one of those jokes where you guys are gonna be sitting here and you're gonna be like, Anthony, that was a little bit fucked up. That was a little bit wrong. Maybe you shouldn't have said that, but nonetheless, it's funny and we're just gonna move on from that. He said that on fucking national news. Dude, there's no way that was on a cue card. There's absolutely no way that was on a cue card. He 120% just fucking went up there. Somebody get this guy, let him do his hot five at the Comedy Store. Because he's clearly got a good one. I mean, oh my God, I can't believe that came out of his mouth, dude. Fox News, man, they say the most out-of-pocket shit I've ever heard in my life. Honestly, another thing, I don't know if you guys heard this, but Tucker Carlson, a while back, I think I made a TikTok about it or whatever, but he started off a show, which is absolutely hilarious. He started off, and he goes, this is, I mean, kind of word for word, but not word for word. I'm going to butcher it a little bit. And he said something along the lines of, if you see a child who's not wearing a mask, you should have the same response as seeing someone beating their kid inside of a Walmart. What? If I see, or no, I think it might have been if you see a child playing with a mask on. That's what it was saying. If you see a child playing with a mask, like on their face while they're playing with other kids, because COVID, it should be the same response that you have if you see someone beating their kid in a Walmart. Oh, man. A lot of people want to silence the media. I think we need to give them more attention. They say some funny shit. Dude, half the time, I know that they're serious, but sometimes I don't know if they are. God, dude, some of them, I almost want to let some of them, especially the people from Fox News, I almost want to let some of them just go to the Comedy Store and just say what they truly feel, and it's probably just going to look like satire. That everyone sitting there is going to be like, this guy's hilarious, but they're dead serious. But it's just going to sound like a good bit. It's going to sound like they're just fucking around and making jokes. I don't know, man. They are wild over at Fox News. I can't believe some of them still have a job. It's fantastic that they do. God. Oh, man, dude. I don't know. But anyone on the news, politicians, they're all scumbags at the end of the day. I mean, whether you want to admit it or not, they're all just, they're all scum. I don't know. It's funny, though. Hold on. Let me get a drink here. Also, by the way, if I start saying a lot of out-of-pocket shit, which, I mean, I do every episode, but if this episode's a little bit more, it's because I'm running on, dude, caffeine out my fucking ass right now. I am bitching right now. I just ate applesauce and a bowl of wild berry Captain Crunch because I'm fucking 8 years old and I don't know how to put proper nutrition into my body, and I think that that's proper nutrition. But I eat it, but I do use almond milk. So does that make me a little bit better? I don't think so, because I think there's a lot of sugar in the almond milk that I buy. So I don't think I'm really helping myself or my organs or really anything that's going on in my body and trying to function. But nonetheless, we're having a good time and we're still here and we're excited. Anyways, current event. First and foremost, Tony Hawk is selling skateboards with blood in them. Can we stop this? Like, what is going? I know Lil Nas X started this whole bonanza of let's put blood in stuff and let's sell it. What? No. The fuck is wrong with you? Why are we doing this? And so Tony Hawk thought it was a good idea. I mean, imagine, like, what, dude, what happens if you ride the skateboard breaks, right? Because that's extremely realistic. That's an extremely realistic thing when you ride a skateboard. Skateboards break. Oh my God, the audio just got fucked. Hold on. Boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cat. All right. I'm a little bit worried right now. I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of hoping that the audio is okay. It just gave me a little bit of a notif here saying it wasn't okay, but I think we're good, and we're just going to keep rolling here and pretend like nothing happened. Hopefully, it's going to be a little bitch for me to match this audio, but it kind of is what it is. I can't do much about it. Anyways, Tony Hawk is selling blood through the skateboard. Like I said, hopefully nothing's wrong with Tony Hawk's blood, because otherwise that's a lawsuit on your hands, dude. That's a lawsuit if someone gets your blood mixed with their blood and they got some problems. Fuck, dude. I hope nobody else starts selling blood. I might sell blood, honestly. It sounds like a pretty good idea. I mean, it's a way to get your name out there, that's for sure. That's for fucking sure. It's a way to get your name out there. I'll tell you that much. I'll tell you who can't sell blood. Fucking Magic Johnson. Fucking put that. Magic Johnson, dude. He can't sell his blood. That's definitely illegal. Can't be putting his blood inside of a basketball. That's gonna cause some problems. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, listen. AIDS, not funny. Not funny. That joke, little funny. Okay, little funny. If you don't think it's funny, whatever. I don't really give a fuck. Jake Paul won against fucking Tyron Woodley, and apparently he's retired from boxing. Like I fucking care. I don't care, but I also care a little bit because it's fun to make fun of. Jake Paul, Jake Paul finally made it out the gutter, guys. He finally, he put up a TikTok. That said, I used to mow lawns for $10 an hour back in Ohio, but now I'm on a private jet, like going to fight a UFC champion. And I'm like, okay, I mean, you definitely you definitely grew up pretty good, man. You grew up pretty good, which is great, which is good. It's awesome that you had a good childhood, but like fucking don't be going around acting as if like dude, I made it out the mud. You made it out of the above ground pool, okay? He's like, Jake Paul's like, I made it out the mud. It's like, no, you made it out of the above ground pool, okay? Like you had it, maybe you didn't have it awesomely, but you had it good. You were all right. You were doing well. I say above ground pool because below ground pool means you got some money. Above ground pool means you got a pool, but it's above ground. It's not, I mean, we all know an above ground pool. Like, yeah, it's a pool, but like, is it? It is, but it's not the same. It doesn't have the same vibe to it, because it's an eyesore. It's a little bit of an eyesore when you have an above ground pool because it's just there. It's like, why couldn't you dig deeper? It's like, well, that's more money. It's like, well, you made it out the above ground pool, Now he's got a below. Now he moved up to the below ground pool. Okay, that's where everyone's just trying to get in life. Everyone's just trying to have a below ground pool. Okay, that's the goal. Have a below ground pool. Speaking of the goal with money here, apparently this leftist, I don't even know, leftist social media guy, maybe leftist streamer who who apparently got his fame or whatever and got people to follow him from constantly bashing capitalism and constantly bashing, people with a lot of money and like eat the rich and all this shit. And he went and bought a $2.7 million home. And people are pissed. Bro, how are you going to sit there and be, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, you're going to be like, fuck Bezos, eat the rich. This is bullshit. And then you get some money and you're like, okay, maybe the rich are okay. Dude, you change teams, bro. You can't just switch hit like that, you piece of shit. Fucking stick to one narrative. I've stuck to one narrative the whole time. I've told you guys, as soon as I get money, I'm going to make some stupid fucking purchase. I'm probably going to buy a fucking giraffe. And I'm not going to be sorry for it. I'm going to buy a fucking giraffe. I might buy a whole fucking zoo for no reason. I literally might. And you guys know that. Okay? And I'll fucking, don't worry. I'm going to give to charity. Okay? I'm going to start a foundation. That's actually a goal of mine. I'm not going to tell you what kind of foundation because you're going to have to wait and see for the future. But that is a goal of mine that I want to eventually do. But another goal of mine is also to fucking own a fucking giraffe. So fuck you. I'm going to own a giraffe. And trust me, dude, I'll give money back. Don't you fucking worry. But I'm also going to fucking buy a yacht with a giraffe on it, okay? Just fucking, it's all about balance. It's all about balance, okay? Yes, I'm going to give to charity, but I'm also going to, blow up a yacht with an M80s. Because why not? Because it's hilarious, dude. That's funny. It's a good time. I like doing stupid things, okay? And you know what? One time or another, those stupid things are probably going to turn into a serious problem. But don't worry. You guys will have my back. You guys will have my back. I know you guys are my ride or dies, okay? And I'm your ride or die as well. Okay, so we're going to stick together there. But that guy fucking, oh my God, dude. Drake. is dropping on Friday. Drake is dropping on Friday. Drizzy drop OVO 6, God. Drake, Toronto, dude. Drake, have you seen those videos? Drake does everything he can to let you know that he's from Canada. I don't know why he does it. And people there's like compilations online now of just times Drake has like needed to specify that he's from Toronto, and he needs to let you know that he's from Toronto and that he's from Canada. And like literally I thought it was a joke at first, but then I watched like one of his interviews and this was dead ass how it went. They were like, Drake, new album coming this Friday. It was kind of the inspiration for this album. And he's like, well, you know, I'm from Canada, and he's like, I'm from Canada, but this album really came from like my emotions and my mother. And it's like, what? You didn't fucking, I didn't even know. We know you're from Toronto, bro. We know you don't need to tell us in interviews, okay? Every other song that you write, you start out by saying 6 God, Toronto, 6. From the 6. I'm from the 6. I'm from Toronto. I'm Canadian. Fucking dude, you leave so many fucking hints you don't need to tell me. I know. I'm fully aware that you're from Toronto. Like, no bullshit. I think he had there was like even a crazier interview where they were like, Drake, how you doing today? And he's like, you know, it's good. Last week I was back in Canada, my homeland. Dude, no one asked. Fuck. No one asked, Drake. Shut up. Fucking, I love Drake, though. I love him. Dude, Drake is like a mix between Drake. I love how he like posted a quote from one of his new songs that's coming out. Like he posted like a bar on his Instagram and it says, I don't miss, let alone miss you. Right? Absolute bar. Okay, Drake. That's super, super dope of you. And that's a great bar. But you also wrote Marvin's Room. So, it's kind of like, that kind of doesn't really go together because Drake, I don't know if you noticed in his recent songs or whatever, I saw that he's like, I never text my exes or whatever like that. And then you go back in his discography or Discovered or whatever the fuck it's called, and you go back a couple albums, and every single song starts off with, I'm crying in the fucking shower. I'm crying in the shower because my girl left and I'm alone and I'm from Toronto. I'm crying in the shower. I'm crying in the shower, girl left from Toronto. Bad bitch left me, now I'm crying in the shower. Bottles next to me, but it's Don Julio 1942 because I got more money than you. That's like, Drake is the king of just like subtly putting things in. Like he'll be like, I ate Benihana, but to me that shit's pigeon food. I'm like, bro, that's my favorite restaurant. The fuck? Drake just reminds you how broke you are. I forget what comedian had a bit on this. I can't remember right now. But some comedian had a bit. I don't want to steal any jokes or anything like that. Oh, I think it might have been Chris D'Elia, which, we don't listen to him anymore. Yeah. He's a fucking weirdo that did not good things. And, but yeah, I think a while back before, obviously all the allegations and shit came out, I'm pretty sure he had a joke that was like, Drake will like say he's like crying in the shower and like how he's so depressed. And he's like, but then he'll also add in, he'll be like, I'm crying in the shower and I'm so depressed inside this 18 bedroom, 13 bath fucking mansion with my waterfall rain shower and my fucking, I don't know why I kind of sound like Jay-Z. I don't have a good Drake impression. But it's like, I'm crying in my fucking shower with my $80,000 custom Rolex on. It's like, dude, all right, I don't feel like, I can't connect anymore, bro. Like, fucking, you've gone too far. You've gone too far. Reel it back. Reel it back in, buddy. Let's get into some questions with Kaz, baby. Questions with Kaz. First question, go bald or never have any type of caffeine again? That's a great question. I'm a caffeine fiend. But although I am a caffeine fiend, I think I would rather give up caffeine than go bald because I don't think I have a good bald head. You know what I'm saying? If I go bald, I'm going to look like a monk and or that I work at a adult movie store. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm the guy that you call behind the counter. If I go bald, I have to grow a mustache and then work at a porn store. That's the only option I have left if I go bald because I'm not, what am I going to do? Work in America? What am I going to do? Be online and tell jokes? I'm going to go up there. I'm going to go up on the stage and people are going to be like, this guy, I mean, he's a sex offender. I mean, fucking look at him. I mean, he looks like he likes kids. Like, dude, if I go bald, dude, I don't have a good bald look, okay? I definitely am not going to look like The Rock.
Okay, The Rock, absolute fucking chef's kiss. Okay, the man pulls off a bald head like no other. He's a beautiful man. But if I go bald, dude, I'm going to look like a split between a monk and a pedophile, and it's not going to look good. It's not going to be good for the brand. Okay, I'm either going to have to accept it or rock a wig. I mean, there's no other way around it. So honestly, I think I'm going to have to give up the caffeine because I'm going to need to keep my hair. Hold on, let me get some more water. I don't want to go all the way back downstairs for water, so this water was actually inside of my bag. I bought it at the airport 3 days ago. I'm sure it's fine, though. I don't know, never had it. Life water kind of tastes like, really tastes like plastic right now. Maybe it's because it's been sitting in my bag, but, it's fine. I've definitely swallowed things worse than plastic particles, so nothing to really worry about there. But, what else we got here? So let's hop into another question. How many 7-year-old kids do you think you could take in a fight and why? This is an absolutely fantastic question, and this is like the age-old question that everybody asks their friends and shit like that, and I love this question. How many 7-year-olds do I think I could take? Like, what did I say? Could you take in a fight and why? I would say if they're all coming at me at once, which is what I'm assuming, honestly, I don't think, whenever people answer this question, they're always like, oh, well, if all the 7-year-olds are coming at me at once. They're not. They're fucking 7-year-olds, dude. They fucking shove their fingers up their ass and then touch their eye and wonder why they have pink eye the next morning, okay? They're not the smartest group of people, okay? 7-year-olds are fucking morons. And so listen, if a 7-year-old, if they were all coming at me, first of all, they're not going to be that organized, okay? I don't care if they have a leader. He's not going to be like, all right, guys, so this is going to happen. 2 you right, 2 you left, 8 of you coming from behind him to jump on his back. When you jump on his back, we're going to swipe his leg. No. They're all just going to run at me, unorganized as fuck, probably in a single file or maybe 3 lines or something like that, and they're not going to come from multiple directions because they're fucking 7 years old, and they're stupid. So listen, how many am I going to be able to fight? As many until my arm gets tired or until my shoulder tears. That's the only way. First of all, 7-year-olds, I can't kick that high, but I'm pretty sure their head level would be really easy for me to just fucking... And 7-year-olds, they can't take, once again, when people answer this question, they're always like, but what if a 7-year-old gets back up? Dude, if a 7-year-old scrapes their fucking knee, they scream like they just got shot in their gallbladder, okay? So if I barely even connect with their jaw, they're going to cry and they're not going to get up. They're not going to fight for each other. They don't have a team mentality. So honestly, I think I could probably take upwards of 250 of them because I think after 250, my shoulder's probably going to fucking tear. But anytime before that, they don't have a fucking shot. They're 7 years old. Even if I don't have any weapons, dude, I got 2 weapons right here, okay? My fucking fist, dude. These fucking bricks on my hands that I got here. If they all come in one line, I could probably hit 3 at a time. I'm just going to go left, right, left, right, left, right. It's like I'm going to be putting on a fucking clinic, dude. I'm going to be putting on a fucking clinic, fundamentals going crazy. And I'm going to be like left hook, right hook. And I'm just going to be going fucking nuts. And I'm going to start boom, 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 boom. I might even be able to hit them with a jab, dude. They come in right to the eye, right to the eye, right to the eye. Next thing they do, they're holding their eyes. I pick one up by his legs. I start spinning around, dude. And he just starts fucking like bowling pins, dude. I'm fucking spinning this fucker around. They're not coming within 4 feet of me. They're not even touching me. I'm putting on a fucking clinic out there. Mortal Kombat who, bro? Put me in the game. Put me in the game. Left, right, dodge and weave. Dodge and weave. Let one get a little close. Boom. Fucking kick him right in the throat. Boom, boom, boom. Kick him right in the genitals. I don't give a fuck. I don't play fair out there when my life's on the line. I don't give a fuck if they're 7 years old. If they're coming for my throat, I'm coming for theirs. I don't care. I simply don't care. I simply do not care. But yeah, that's how many. I would say upwards of 250 plus. Okay, and I'm gonna assume that this is in an open field, and I'm gonna stick with my answer. If it's in an enclosed environment, I could probably take more because once again, I'm grabbing one by its fucking ankles and spinning them around like a fucking frisbee, dude. They don't have a chance. They don't have a chance against me. The only way that they're gonna win is because my body gives out, not because my mentality and my heart gives out. Because my heart will never give out, but my body will. My body will definitely quit. My shoulders will tear after about 10 minutes. Fucking no doubt. Fuck. I just got water on the mic. Sorry. Fuck. I just got on the cable, dude. Do you think that? Fuck. These cables definitely aren't waterproof. You don't think that'll electrocute me, right? Should I be worried about this? I'm not going to worry about it. We're just going to keep going here. I feel like I should be a little worried though, but I'm also not worried at all. So I think we're fine. We're probably not. I think we're fine. I think we're fine. It's okay. Yeah. So it's got water on the microphone. That's absolutely unbelievable. This one, not a question. Okay. Well, I don't know why you put it on questions with cause, because that's fucking stupid, but I thought I would let you know I got in a car accident while listening to your podcast. First of all, I'm sorry. That's not funny. Not funny. Let's start here. First of all, hope you're good. I mean, you sent me this message, so you're clearly fine. I hope you're in tip-top shape. I hope your car gets fixed. I hope everything works out swimmingly for you, and it's not funny that you got in a crash. What is funny is thinking about the fact that when the fucking paramedics came, or the cops, or whatever, and whoever showed up first to the scene, you're just in your car with the airbags on, and all they hear is me yelling through your speakers, going, I mean, hey, I'm not gay, but I'd suck a dick for $20 in a hot pocket. And then the firemen are just like, what the fuck is she listening to? Like, what the fuck is going on, dude? That's almost worse than having, like, music blasting. Because if your music's blasting, it's like, whatever, that's a regular thing. But when you're listening to the podcast, especially mine, I'm sure they walked up and just heard the most out-of-pocket thing. Or you're probably laying there confused. Once again, I hope it wasn't a serious crash. But I just imagine you laying there with the airbags on. And then you're like, oh, my God, where am I? And then I'm just like, dude, I would eat Dwayne Johnson's ass if I had the chance. And you're probably like, where the fuck am I? Oh my God. Seriously, I hope you're okay, but that is amazing. That is absolutely amazing. Merch ? Coming very soon, within a week or two. No bullshit. It's absolutely sick. I might go follow me on Instagram, @AnthonyCos_. I might post on my Instagram story a little sneak peek of some of the merch. I might drop a design. Okay, I just might drop a corner of it, but all right, so go follow me on Instagram. Hold on, dude, I need more water. My throat, I feel like the back of my throat feels like it's been taking dick for 20 minutes right now. I know that's very vivid, but that's how it feels. I've never done that. I don't know what that feels like, but I imagine this is what it feels like. I feel like the back of my throat is just bruised from getting absolute cock shoved down my throat. Dude, the fact that people that I know listen to this is beyond me. Why did I just say that? Like, why did I even just say that? Like, why would that even come out of my mouth? The fuck is wrong with me? It's funny, though. Fuck, dude, I'm really tasting a lot of plastic in that bottle from the airport. It's probably because there's a lot in there. Fuck, marry, kill. This is another one we got. I love the fuck, marry, kills. I love when you guys send me these. These are probably my favorite ones to answer. Fuck, marry, kill, Celsius, Nitro Cold Brew, and Adderall. Well, mix them all together and you'll meet Jesus. Fucking, I don't know if you ever tried that. I did it a couple times, and I got close. I got close to meeting Jesus, I'll tell you that much. Fucking, I got close, man. You see the light, and then you come right back, and you're like, oh, thank God, not today. Not today. But seriously, all right, let's break this down. Celsius, Nitro Cold Brew, Adderall. Listen, each one of them separately, not really a big deal. Each one of them separately, kind of not doing any damage. I don't really want to marry Adderall because I don't like being on Adderall all the time. Like, that's just not fun, like, whatsoever. And Celsius, if I drink too many, I start getting heart palpitations, so that's not good either. So let's start here. Adderall, I'm going to have to... I don't want to kill the Adderall. I'm going to fuck the Adderall because you got to do it once. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you ever had Adderall, if you're, have ADHD or whatever, but I don't like it, whatever. But I mean, when you need it and you use it, fuck, does it work? Okay? Fuck, does it work, man? That shit. A lot of people, the caffeine, I feel it work or whatever, and I'm like, okay, I could get work done. But you give me an Adderall. You give me an Adderall and 2 Celsius, and I'll fucking rebuild the economy, dude. There is nothing I can't do, dude. You give me 60 milligrams of Adderall and fucking 3 Red Bull, oh, I will run for president. That's how confident I get. I don't think the amount of confidence I have with too much Adderall and fucking caffeine in me is unreal. Now, do I get an immense amount of anxiety once it crashes? Absolutely. But the 4 hours that shit is cooking inside of my body and working at absolute peak performance, there is no one that can fucking stop me. When I take Adderall, dude, my confidence gets a little bit too high. My confidence gets a little bit above. Like, if I'm on Adderall and you give me advice, I will listen to you and pretend like I care, but in my head, I'm thinking, fuck you, I'm better than you. And that's not okay, because that's not how I feel most of the time. Like, I genuinely like getting advice from other people because I do some stupid shit. We know this. So getting advice from people that I deem as, like, that I respect and, like, genuinely want to hear from, I seriously appreciate that. But even those people, if I'm on too much Adderall, I will be sitting there thinking in my head, and I will be like, you don't know shit, you're a moron, when they're not a moron. But I think that because the Adderall gets to you, man. It's not it's not good, dude. It's not a good way to live. But yeah, so I'm gonna have to honestly fuck the Adderall, because you gotta do it once. I'm killing Nitro Cold Brew because, like I said, that shit, or no, maybe I kill Celsius, I don't know. Do I want the occasional heart palpitation to wake me up? Maybe I do. Honestly, we're going to kill the cold brew only because the Starbucks by my house is sometimes out of cold brew, and that irritates the living fuck out of me. And then I'm marrying Celsius because I'm already married to Celsius, basically. I mean, I already pound them day in, day out. I pounded 2 before this fucking podcast, plus a coffee. That's why I'm literally fucking shaking right now. I'm all over the place. But that's why I have so much energy to keep going. Dude, I feel like this episode is going to be way fucking longer than normal, but it is what it is, and you guys like more content anyway, so fuck it. So fuck them, dog. Fuck them. But yeah, those are my answers, okay? What sport would you add a mandatory amount of alcohol to? This is first of all, great question. Thank you for this. What sport would be, now we got to think of the sports that would be hilarious. Swimming, not so funny, because then people would just drown. Unless you're into that, unless you kind of want to see that would be fucked up. But I mean, like, that doesn't really seem like the safest bet. But you also don't want it to be too safe. Basketball, that would just suck. They would be missing the net. That's not that funny. They're just running around like playing shitty basketball. Croquet. That's what. Croquet or duo tennis. Why duos and not single tennis? Because single tennis, they're just going to miss the ball. That's no fun. Duo tennis, they're going to be running around crossing each other's paths, and someone's going to get a racket to the fucking jaw. And someone, like, dude, I don't know about you, but taking drunk Serena Williams, fucking cocking me, dude, in the side of the jaw with a fucking racket, that might kill me. So that'd be funny to watch. Also, croquet, dude. I don't know if you know what croquet is. Hopefully you do. They got big mouths and big balls. That's not the title of a porno, but it should be now. So if anyone wants to take that, just toss me the royalties. But a big mallet, dude. You're standing close to each other. I don't know. You hit a few balls here and there. Maybe you miss with a mallet. Maybe you connect with somebody's jaw. Fucking hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. That would be great, because I haven't seen that on ESPN, but if you make them drunk, I'll fucking watch. What's another one? Dodgeball. Dodgeball would be fucking hilarious drunk. That would probably be the best one, dude, because people would just be chucking balls. They'd be running into each other on the court, fucking smacking heads, smacking knees, fucking throwing balls left, right. They'd probably throw a few balls into the stands, connect with somebody's grandma, put her in a fucking coma. Not funny. But grandma getting hit in the face with a dodgeball, hilarious. Grandma getting put in a coma, not funny. Grandma getting hit in the face with a dodgeball, fucking hilarious. Okay, keep up, baby. Yeah, definitely dodgeball. I think that's the route I would go. That's probably the funniest. That would probably definitely make my day. Next one. I don't even know, dude. I think we're going to do one more question, maybe. Yes, maybe no. I don't really know, dude. I'm just trying to fucking break it down here, dude, and trying to just, get have you guys entertained, but also not go a little bit too long. This one. Fuck, marry, kill. Ostrich, Las Vegas, mint Oreos. Well, 2 out of the 3 could probably give you an STD, so let's start there, dude. Fucking ostrich. Would I fuck one if I had to? But no, I'm just kidding. Las Vegas. Fuck. I think you fuck Las Vegas, right? You try it once. You stay protected. Try not to get an STD. You do a weekend and you get out of there. You do a weekend, you fuck Las Vegas, and you get the fuck out. Now, ostrich versus mint Oreos. I'm obviously going to have to kill the ostrich here, because if I don't kill the ostrich and I marry the ostrich, then it once again implies that I'm fucking an ostrich, and I would prefer not to fuck an ostrich. But once again, if I had to, I had to. Mint Oreos, why wouldn't I marry mint Oreos? That sounds like a great thing. It feels like I just eat them every day. But at the same time, I feel like fucking a mint Oreo puts me inside of a category that, someone who likes to fuck cookies, which I don't really want to be in that category. But if I have to be in that category, I have to be in that category. So I think I'm going to have to pick mint Oreos to marry.
Las Vegas, I'm fucking. We're doing a weekend. We're coming out. We're having a little hangover part 4, and we're having a good time with it. And I'm killing the ostrich. I got to do it. Have you ever seen an ostrich egg? Dude, those eggs are fucking gymongous. Gymongous, which, by the way, to this day, don't know if gymongous is a word. But I use it because I don't give a fuck. Anyways, guys, let's get into my little story about how I got lost at sea. I'm going to give you the whole rundown of my trip and everything like that. So let me just sit back. Everyone sit back, relax, because we're going to have a good time. We got a lot of jokes in this story, a lot of crazy things that happen, a lot of things that I don't even need to make jokes for because they're hilarious in themselves, okay? Anyways, this past weekend, went to Florida. The reason I went to Florida was because I needed to help someone, which, by the way, I'm not going to say their name, because later in the story here, they're kind of, sort of, got us lost at sea, and they don't want to be put on blast, so I'm not going to put them on blast on the internet. But let's just call him for the story. Let's just call him Ben, okay? Let's just call him Ben for the story so that I don't put him on blast. And so I went with Ben down in Florida, and we went to go pick up this boat, okay, that Ben just bought. So we went to go pick up this boat that Ben bought, and we brought it down. And so the boat was in Tampa, okay, and the boat was actually my cousin's boat or whatever that lives in Florida or whatever, and we were buying it and bringing it all the way down like 4 hours. I'm not going to tell you where or whatever because, I don't need you to find me because, I'm sure all of you, 99.9% of you are great, but I'm pretty sure that, 0.01% of you might, accidentally stab me. And that's nothing against you. I'm sure you're great people, but I don't want to get stabbed. So anyways, we bring it down 4 hours. First of all, we get the boat, okay? We bring it down, sketchy as fuck, okay? The truck that we're driving, we're borrowing a friend's truck. It's an F-250 with 230,000 miles, and there was a bunch of little colors on the dashboard that were saying things like, hey, you might want to go to a mechanic soon because this thing's going to break down. And the person who owned the truck, we were still like an hour away from our destination for where we were bringing the boat. And they go, yeah, how's the truck running? And we go, good. Why? Is there a problem? He goes, I don't know. It broke down yesterday, but it shouldn't be too big of a deal. Dude, we got a fucking 30-foot boat on the back of this. We don't need this to break down on the fucking highway. Anyways, we finally bring the boat in. Everything's good. Everything's great. Now, I go alone with this other guy whose his truck it was, not Ben. Ben is figuring something else out, and he's doing shit with the boat, and he's bringing the boat back to his place. And instead, so I go with the guy to bring the trailer into where it gets stored. And we go to take the trailer, and we're sitting there. Now, the trailer, to keep in mind, the trailer is rusted, okay? And it's not like a little bit of rust. It's fucking rusted as fuck, okay? It's an old trailer. It's been sitting outside for like 5 years because that's where it was stored. So, weather, shit like that, it rusts things. That's how rust happens. And so we get to the storage place, and the trailer will not come off the truck, okay? It won't come off the truck because we had it on there for so long that it was rusted to the truck. Like the truck, the the tow hitch. That's what it is. If you don't know what it is, the tow hitch is what you stick inside the truck. Okay, don't make this weird. Don't think about that in a weird way. But you stick it inside the truck. You put a bolt in there, and then you put the trailer on top of the little ball, and then you drag it somewhere. That's how it works. That's how you pull a boat. That's how you pull a lot of things. That's how you use a trailer, in case you didn't know that. And so I am in this trailer storage space, and then there's a dude behind us working on his RV or whatever. I don't think anything of it. I'm telling the guy who's with me, I'm like, back it up, we're good. We get the trailer, and when we go to pop it off, it's not popping off, okay? It's not just simply sliding off the ball and socket of where it is. And I'm like, okay, it's a little bit of a problem. I go, you got any WD-40? He goes, no, I don't. I go, sick. So the thing, it's stuck on here, and now he's the other guy gets in the truck. We can't get the bolt out because there's too much pressure from the trailer pushing down on the truck that I can't lift this trailer up. Okay, it was a big trailer. Okay, I know I'm a strong guy. I like to think I'm a big boy, okay? But to be honest with you, I can't that trailer's got to be pushing 700, okay? And if we're gonna be honest with each other here, I can't deadlift 700 pounds, okay? I simply can't do it. So this trailer's not popping up very easy for me, and so I had to go to this guy. We've literally been there for 20 minutes now, looking like absolute dumbasses trying to take this trailer off the back of this truck. So I go to this guy in the RV, and I go, hey, I'm like, what's up, dude? And he goes, you got a
problem over there? I'm like, yeah, so like the truck, it's like I'm an idiot and we didn't check and we don't have any WD-40 and like we need to get the pin out of the truck. I go, do you have a screwdriver and a hammer I could borrow? And he's like, yeah, sure, like no problem. Like, here, take it. Super nice guy. He could have been a dick and laughed in my face, but he didn't, and that's what's awesome about it. I take this hammer, dude. And which, by the way, the back of the hammer, he didn't even have an actual hammer. The back of the hammer was an axe. He had a half hammer. One side was like, it wasn't even a hammer, it was more of a mallet. Half the side was a mallet. The other side was a fucking axe. And I'm like, oh, thanks, dude. Good thing. I'm so happy that if this slips out of my hand, I'll take a fucking finger off. So thank you for that, dude. But I mean, that's what you got to do when you got to work with it. And so I stick the fucking screwdriver in the hole, and I just give it one good whack, and the pin fucking flies, because I rock that bitch. It flies down a couple rows of like someone else's trailer. Now I got to go pick it up. Now I think everything's good, everything's fine. I'm just gonna be able to slip this hitch out of the truck. I can't do that. Now the hitch is rusted inside the truck. Now we got a second problem. I'm like, oh fuck, hold on, let me get a drink. Now the hitch is rusted on the truck. Now we got another problem. Oh my God, fuck. Now the guy who's driving with me, he gets inside the truck. He goes, here, you hold on to the hitch. I'm just going to punch it. It'll slide right out. That sounds like a horrible idea. That sounds like a way to either A, run me over, B, break the trailer, or C, run into something, because everything was very close together, and we were in spot like 83 or something like that, and there was 140 spots in the entire storage unit, and none of them had walls. They were all just under one big canopy, so if you gun it a little bit too hard, you're going to smack somebody's RV, okay, because it was an RV and trailer storage. That's why they got an RV there, so you don't want to connect with an RV. That's a big problem. That's definitely a money problem that I definitely can't pay for at the moment. And so anyways, I'm sitting here and I'm holding the hitch. I am like gripping this hitch for my fucking life, okay? And he is in the fucking truck gunning it. The stupidest shit I've ever done in my life. I mean, one of the stupider things. And I go hit it, and he's and he's fucking, the tires are fucking, and they're fucking blowing up smoke. The guy behind us probably thinks we're out of our fucking mind. And I'm sitting there like I got a rope. You know, at the zoo where you could play tug of war with a lion? I feel like I'm playing tug of war with a fucking bull right now. And I'm like, gun it! And I'm fucking, I'm digging my heels in the fucking ground like my life depends on it, because it kind of did. Because if I didn't get it, I might fall forward, smack my head on the truck, and lights out cars. And so I'm holding this fucking thing, and he's gunning, and he's going, running in, and the fucking, I'm holding the trailer back, and everything's going like crazy, and I'm like, stop! He's yanking the trailer. We're fucking moving it too far. I'm like, fuck. And then finally, I'm like, all right. I'm like, listen, this is what we're going to do. You're going to back the truck up ever so slightly. Don't back it up too much, because if you back up too much, we're going to hit this guy's fucking RV, and now we got two problems, okay? I only want to deal with one right now. I don't want to deal with two, and we still got this guy's fucking mallet and his screwdriver that I really don't want to break right now, so let's not deal with that. So I'm like, listen, you're going to back the truck up ever so slightly, okay? Ever so slightly. And then what you're going to do is, on my mark, I'm going to say punch it, and you're going to fucking punch it and slam the brakes so you don't run the RV in front of us. He's like, okay, punch it, slam the brakes. I'm like, all right. And while you do that, I'm going to hold the hitch for dear life, and we're going to get it off. So he backs up ever so slightly. The hitch, I see it loosen just a little bit, just enough to get it off. And I go, punch it. And he punches it, and I pull as he goes, and the thing, I break off some rust, and I fucking swing back, and now we got the hitch off, baby. Second problem, it's still stuck on the fucking trailer. And I'm like, oh my God. So I call Ben, and I go, listen, and he goes, because he calls me, and he goes, you been at this fucking, he goes, the trailer thing was like 15 minutes away. We've been there for an hour. He goes, what the fuck are you doing? He goes, what are you doing there? And I go, listen, we had a little bit of trouble we ran into, and you see, it's stuck. It's a little bit too rusted. We're going to need some WD-40. Unfortunately, we don't have that right now. And I go, so it's still stuck on there. And I literally call him. I go, listen, I know that you want me to bring this hitch home, and you want it back, obviously, and you don't want to deal with going back there, but I'm going to keep it a buck with you. And I'm going to tell you right now, I've been here for an hour. I'm sweating my absolute balls off. I am dripping sweat. My shirt is soaked. Okay, I'm going to leave this hitch on here because it's not coming off. And he goes, all right, fine, just do that, whatever. We leave that. He eventually fixed that. I get back. This has been 2 days of us bringing the boat down. It's been an absolute nightmare. Finally, we get the boat on the water. We get it gassed up. I wash it while Ben goes and gets some fishing supplies and stuff like that because we were going out fishing. And I'm like, this is awesome. Finally, we have some time to relax. We're starting to go out. Okay, we're starting to go out finally, and there's a storm. There's a storm of brewing. Okay, now listen, it was me, Ben, and there was a third guy there. I'm going to call him Billy because we don't want to use any names here because, once again, they don't want to be put on blast. So we're not putting them on blast. And so me, Ben, and Billy were in the boat. And if it was just me and Ben, our stupid ass would have saw this massive storm coming in, which, by the way, there's a hurricane. I don't know if you guys know or not. There's a hurricane that came through in the Gulf called Ida right now. And so it didn't hit where we were at, but there was storms from it that came through, and we weren't really thinking, and we saw some dark skies, and we go, that shouldn't be a bad idea. And then we saw some lightning touch the ground. Me and Ben and I would have been, if it was just me and him have the mindset where we just would have been like, oh, we're good. And we would have went out there and we could have fucking died. We would have fucking died, okay? Because we're idiots like that. And we're both so stubborn that we see that lightning and we're like, fucking, I'll test God right now. Fucking, come on. We're not gonna get struck by lightning. But luckily we had Billy with us who would knock a little bit more sense in us. And he was like, hey, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like we should probably turn this boat around. And we're like, you know what? Maybe we should. We get back. Luckily, just in time, lightning starts coming down like crazy. It's like a fucking tsunami out there. Rain's coming sideways, but then goes away in 30 minutes. Beautiful. We go back out there. Now, we're out there. It's 8:30 at night, okay? It's 8:30 at night. It's getting a little dark, okay? And we're like, listen, we're going to go out shark fishing. We're going to catch these fuckers. We're going to have a good time. And this right here, this is the moment that we get lost at sea. Let me get a drink. 1 sec, and we'll get into this. All right, so we go out there. It's getting a little bit dark. We can still see, the sun, it's kind of like sunset. It's still a little bit dark, but we're fishing. We got the lights on the boat. Now, you would think that the smart thing to do before we left for night fishing on this new boat that we just got, we would make sure that all the lights work. But we didn't because we're fucking morons, okay? And so we didn't check that the lights work. And we get out there. Turns out every light works except for the most important light. So that's absolutely fantastic. And so this is what we do. We're out there fishing, and by the time it gets like pitch black, Ben decides, he goes, listen, let's go head back a little bit. Let's just fish over by us. He goes, because we weren't really getting a bite there or whatever, and we were like, whatever, we'll just go back a little bit closer where we're staying and we'll fish over there. And we go, okay, cool. And I go, here, get the spotlight out. The spotlight, if anybody knows, if you don't know this, the spotlight is what you use because there's markers on the ocean, right? It's pitch black. You can't see shit outside. You barely see 3 feet in front of you. And so you get the spotlight out, and that the markers, when you flash the light, you see the markers in the distance, and they have like that reflective material on them so that when you hit it, it reflects back at you, and you could see, you could see where the markers are, and you could see where you're going, and you know everything in front of you, and you don't run into anything, obviously. And we plug in the spot, and Ben goes to plug in the spotlight, and we're hitting the on button, and it's not going on. And I'm like, okay, all right. That's no worries. Okay, that's kind of a problem. But you know what? Ben, he knows the area. He knows how to get back. He's come this way and went back plenty of times. I'm confident that he's going to make our way back. And so we don't have a spotlight, and we are literally driving 5 miles an hour in the dark, okay? And I'm in front, okay? I've suddenly become the eyes of this operation. He tells me, because he can't see shit. You can barely see 3 feet in front of you when you're driving the boat like that. And I'm sitting at the front of this boat, my eyes wide open. And I'm the one that's looking for the markers so that we don't run into these fuckers and crash and fucking drown the boat and get eaten by a fucking shark, okay? So I'm sitting there, and I'm like, and he keeps yelling at me, and he's like, hey, you see anything? And I'm like, yeah, and I'm like, little left, little right. And I had him. I was picking the markers out. We were doing well. We were doing good. And then all of a sudden, it was, it got pitch black, okay? There was no sun out. There's no sunset. There was no nothing. The moon was out. We couldn't see shit, okay? All we could see is the hotels in the distance, but not much else, okay? We were out there, and Ben was getting, you could tell he was getting a little bit nervous, okay? He was starting to, everyone was getting a little bit tense, okay? Because the spotlight wasn't working. I'm up front, and I'm sitting there, and eventually it got to a point where he was like, do you see any markers? And I was like, I don't know. I don't know. And he's like, what do you mean you don't know? I go, I don't fucking know. I
I could barely see shit anymore. Everything looks the same. And then I would think I see a marker, but it wasn't actually there. And I'm start fucking hallucinating. And I start going insane. Ben, he starts getting a little bit worked up. He's like, Billy, the other guy, me and Billy, we were a little bit more calm than Ben. Ben was, getting a little bit nervous. And he was like, we were in the boat, obviously still. And he goes, and you could hear him like getting a little bit worked up because I would say something, and anytime I would be like, we would start moving one way, and he's like, I don't know, are we supposed to be going straight right now? And then if one of us was like, maybe we should turn around, he'd be like, fuck it, I'll turn around when I want to turn around. We're like, okay, no, that's fine, don't even worry about it, that's okay. And so everyone's getting a little bit tense, and then all of a sudden, he starts, everyone's starting to sweat a little bit, and we're like, okay, that's this is a little bit of a problem. Now the thing that happened is like we got lost in this little cove because we couldn't see anything. And it was pitch black, and we kept beaching the boat. Which, by the way, because I don't know if you've ever been in the Gulf, but the levels of water change very frequently. In the Gulf, it's very shallow in the Gulf, and so it'll go from like 20 feet to just like 1 foot in like seconds, and the next thing you know, you beach the boat, and you got to get out. Normally during the day, during the day it's fine. We get out, hop in the water, we lift the boat. I wasn't getting in the fucking water when it was pitch black outside because my luck, I step on a black tip and I lose a couple piggies on my foot, okay? Because I step on a black tip or fucking a conch, or maybe I step on a sea urchin, I get a disease, I get poison up my fucking leg, and, one of us dies. That's not what we want, okay? Especially if someone fell off the boat. Once again, don't have a spotlight, can't see them in the fucking water, immediate problem. So, we start heading towards this like hotel or whatever that we see in the distance. And we're like, oh, this is fine. We'll just make it there. But once again, like I said, when you don't have the markers, the levels of water change very frequently. So I knew that we were going to get beached. Once again, everyone's starting to yell at each other on the boat. Billy's trying to calm down Ben. He's like, listen, we're going to be fine. Everything's good. No worries. But in between those moments that he was telling Ben to calm down, Billy looks at me. And anytime Ben wasn't looking up, Billy would look at me in front and be like, give me like the we're fucked face. Like, give me the we are absolutely fucked right now. Okay? And I knew we were fucked. Billy knew we were fucked. And Ben also knew we were fucked, but he didn't want to admit it. And finally, we end up luckily, randomly finding our way into a channel where there were homes at. And we're like, listen, I turn around, I'm like, listen, I know you don't want to fucking do this, and I know it's going to make us look like absolute fucking morons, but we have to dock at one of those piers, and we have to get off, and we have to knock on their door and say that we're fucking idiots, we got lost at sea, our spotlight broke, which, by the way, also, on top of our spotlight, our GPS was acting up. That's why we also couldn't get back. And so we had two things going wrong. I go, we got to go explain it to them, and they just go, and Ben finally goes, fucking fine. We pull up to this dock. I step on land. I've never been more happy to be on land in my fucking life, okay? I thought we were genuinely going to have to anchor and sleep on the boat for the night and then find our way back in the morning because it was really looking like that. Luckily, we found this house and we dock it up. Doesn't look like anyone's home. Keep in mind, this home, minimum $4 to $5 million. So I'm like, they got to have cameras, right? And we look like we're robbing the place. So this is awesome. Hopefully we get shot, right? I mean, you would think you come into someone's home and, imagine, especially in this place, imagine you have a place on the water and someone you don't know at 10 o'clock at night when it's pitch black outside with no lights on their boat pulls up to your dock and starts walking around in your front yard. You're going to probably call the cops. And the cops are probably going to want to fucking arrest us. And so anyways, we pull up to the one house that's pitch black and the house next to it has all its lights on. So we're like, all right, let's pull up to this pitch black house and let's pray to God that no one's fucking home and we don't get fucking shot. And so we pull up to this other house. We all turn our flashlights on because the place that we pull up the boat to, a lot of places around it had a lot of swamps. What's in swamps? Fucking alligators. So I'm walking around. I got my light. I'm at the back of the line because both of them, Ben and Billy got in front of me. I'm at the back of them. And I'm like, basically, every little fucking noise that I hear, I move my head. I got my head on a swivel. I'm like, is that a fucking gator? I'm freaking out, dude. I'm getting in my head right now, and I'm losing my fucking marbles because I think a gator is going to come out of the woods, and I'm going to have to fucking mud wrestle this gator right now. I didn't have it in me to mud wrestle a gator, okay? We've been lost on that boat for 3 hours. We're lucky we just got back. I don't want to be mud wrestling a gator. Anyways, we go up to the house with the light on. And Ben, he's the one that knocks on the door.
I stay back about 6 to 8 feet because we don't want to bombard them. Imagine 3 random dudes coming up to your back door, and they didn't even have a back door. They didn't have a back door. They were so rich they didn't have a door. I don't know what the fuck that was about. They just had a sliding glass door. Okay, rich much? Maybe a little bit. The house was about 4.5 mil, maybe pushing 6. And we knock on it. The dude is looking at us like, what the fuck is going on? Obviously, I'm standing about 8 feet back. Ben knocks on the door. Billy's way down because he thought if we get shot, at least he won't get shot. So that was awesome for him for looking out for himself. So Ben knocks on the door. The guy slowly, as soon as the guy comes close, Ben is yelling, like trying to yell through the glass so that we both have our hands up so that we don't get fucking shot right now. And Ben is yelling through the glass trying to like let this guy hear him. And he's like, this is how he sounds through the glass. We got lost. Our spotlight broke. We don't know where we are. I'm sorry. I don't mean to do this. Please don't shoot us. We're lost. Our GPS, no go. GPS broke. BROKE, broke. GPS, no worky. No work GPS. Light, no. Light bulb broke. Broke light bulb. He's yelling through this fucking screen door or sliding glass door. The guy finally pops it open. Ben, once again, doubles down on what he was saying, spews it at this guy, and the guy's like, "What is it? Calm down. He's like, it's fine. It's fine. He goes, don't worry. He goes, first thing that comes out of his mouth, he goes, it's okay. You guys seem like regular guys. You're clearly just lost. Okay. My wife actually said before we came out here, she goes, do you think you should get the gun? He goes, good thing I didn't because I would have just shot you. Okay. Thanks for telling me. I didn't want to know that. I didn't need to know that. Okay? If he walked up to the door with a shotgun, I probably would have backpedaled the fuck out of there. Okay? But thank you, sir. Anyways, this guy, he was like a doctor or some shit. Clearly came from money because even though he was a doctor, there's no way that a doctor's salary, even a surgeon's salary, will be able to afford a home like that, especially his age because he looked like a young guy. And by the way, the house, just him and his wife. And he was like, listen, he goes, first of all, you're in a gated community right now. And we were like, what? We're where right now? And he goes, yeah, the gate to get in here. He goes, Ubers can't come through. We're like, oh, that's fantastic. That's such a convenient thing for us. Thank you. And he goes, yeah, it's about a 10-mile walk, or not 10 mile. He goes, about a 10-minute walk to the gate. And he goes, so if you call an Uber, you got to meet him at the gate and you got to just get through the gate. And he goes, also, there's security that roams the place 24/7 on golf carts. And he goes, so if they come up to you, he goes, just quickly explain your situation so that they don't tase you. Oh, thank you. That's awesome. Can we have your name so that we don't get fucking tased? That would be fantastic. And anyways, the guy, honestly, I mean, to say the least, good guy. He could have been an absolute dick and been like, get the fuck off my porch and get your boat out of here and, get out and leave. And he could have been a dick, but he was nice enough to let us leave the boat at the neighbor's dock. And that was awesome. Thank you to that guy. But now we're walking down this road. Once again, Gators, they don't have any fucking street lights, dude. Which, by the way, I don't realize how many places don't have fucking street lights. Because I live in Chicago. There are fucking 4 street lights on every fucking 8-house block, okay? There are 4 fucking lights. I mean, sometimes even 8 lights for 8 houses. There are lights fucking everywhere. It is constantly bright here. It's never pitch black over here. But there, dude, I'm walking around with a fucking flashlight on my phone and I see 3, maybe 5 feet in front of me at most. And that means that I have about a 5-foot distance between me and a gator if one of these fuckers hops out of a bush. So we keep looking around, dude. And then we hear, like, there's some ruffling in the bushes. It's Florida, dude. It's fucking Florida. Who knows what's in a bush, dude? We have no idea. We hear some ruffling. We move a little bit farther away from the bush because we don't want to get bit. Finally, we get in the Uber. We get out of there. We go home. We tell nobody of this. And Ben was like, listen, he didn't want me to put me on. The reason I'm not using his name is because originally he was like, you better not fucking put this on your podcast. And I go, I'm definitely putting it on my podcast. And he goes, all right, well, just don't say my real name so that nobody knows that I fucked up. And I'm like, all right, I won't say your real name. But yeah, dude, got lost at sea. Had a very eventful thing. Almost got shot. Almost got bit by a gator. Got seriously lost. Thought I was going to have to call the fucking Coast Guard. Dude, it was a doozy of a trip. And we finally got back. And then we had some Domino's pizza, and we sat, and I just sat on the floor, and I was just happy to be on land, and I was just thoroughly stoked to be on land. Oh, also, by the way, on the trip, I actually caught this massive fucking fish, which was actually, I was fucking stoked. I mean, for me, it looked massive. It felt massive. Okay, I was pretty stoked about it. And we took it back. We put it in the icebox, took it to the bake shop because we were going to eat it. It was a black drum, okay? And it was like, it was a good 20-pounder. I was absolutely fucking stoked. I was like, yeah, I come down here, and I fuck. Okay, I hooked that thing, and the line went zzz, zzz. Fucking, I was reeling it. The thing tried to, good thing I had this big-ass rod on me. Because if I didn't, I would have snapped the rod because we were in like the mangroves down in Florida, and it was trying to go into the mangroves. There was like a bunch of branches and shit, and the line would have absolutely snapped, absolutely fucking got shattered. He would have ripped it, ran away with the bait, but instead, I fucking tighten the drag, which, by the way, if you don't know that, tighten the line or whatever, and I fucking yank this fucker out of there, and I fucking yank this fucker, and I pull him out, and I get him in the boat, and we net him, and we throw him in the icebox. I take him to the bait shop. These fucking kids at the bait shop made me feel like less of a man. They just degraded me in every way possible without even realizing it. We pull up at the ice, and we go, hey, we got this big drum. Do you think you guys could fillet it and smoke it? Because the guys at the bait shop will fillet the fish and smoke it for you, and then you could bring it back home. And we go, yeah, it's a big one. And the kid goes, it's big? Fuck. He opens the cooler, and he goes, this is a little guy. He goes, this shouldn't take me more than 5 minutes. I was like, all right, dude. Nice, man. He goes, oh, dude. He goes, this is just a baby. He goes, I've caught way bigger ones than that without even trying. Why don't you just kick me in the fucking balls? Why don't you just call me a fucking worthless piece of shit in front of everybody? Because that would honestly feel better right now. That would honestly feel better. And he won't stop. And he's eating a Subway sandwich, and which, by the way, I didn't know what to do. We just caught the fish, threw him in the icebox. I didn't know you had to make it bleed so that the meat didn't get bloody or whatever. And he's eating a Subway sandwich in one hand, grabs his fish out of there and goes, yeah, normally when you catch these fish, you want to actually pop the gills. He goes, here, I'll show you. He sticks his hand up this fish's throat, yanks his fucking gills out in one swift motion while he's downing the Subway sandwich. I'm like, dude, you've just completely taken my manhood away. I feel like a loser right now. I feel like I shouldn't even be here. I feel like, you know what? Fucking next time I catch a fish, I'm not fucking bringing it here. Okay? Because now I feel stupid. All the kids, there was like 5 of them there. They were all like 16, 17 maybe. And they literally, every single one of them, as soon as they saw the fish, they go, oh my God. They go, this guy's just a baby. Fuck you, dude. I was proud of it, all right? Why don't you just punch me in the throat next time? That would honestly probably feel a little bit better. Anyways, I'm at the airport. I'm coming back home, and a storm starts to come through. I'm like, okay. Our flight gets delayed. I'm like, okay, that's a little bit of a problem. But luckily, we weren't at the airport yet because it got delayed very early to where we weren't leaving for the airport yet. So luckily, we just got to stay back at the place, and we didn't have to sit in the airport forever. But nonetheless, it was still delayed for like 2.5 hours. Then we get to the airport, and I'm like, the sky is fucking black. I mean, it looks like a tsunami's coming through, okay? Once again, definitely from a little bit of a break off from Ida that was coming through like 100%, and this storm was coming through. And so we get to the airport, and the guy on the thing immediately goes like this. He goes, attention, anyone flying back to Chicago today. We have a little bit of a difficulty right now. It looks as though there is some lightning on the runway, but no worries. We are going to get you on a different runway and make sure you get in that plane, and you should be on your way very soon with no problems. First of all, should is not a word that I would prefer you to use at the fucking airport, dude, okay? It should not be, that's like saying, yeah, I mean, there's lightning, but like, it's on the runway, but we'll just put you on another one. What if it's also on that runway? Well, then you get struck by lightning. I don't know. That's not really my problem. I'm just the announcer guy. Okay, thanks, buddy. That's awesome. Fucking, and literally, I heard that, and he goes, you should be fine. I go, what? I go, no. You should, the only thing that should be coming out of your mouth is you will definitely make it to your destination. Not be like, I mean, fucking, if the lightning bolt hits you, you might make it, you might not. But I mean, at least you're going to be up in the air and we don't have to worry about you anymore. Yeah, no, thanks, dude. I hope I don't get fucking struck by lightning on the runway. And so finally, they let us get on the plane because they feel as though there's little amount of lightning left and we shouldn't get zapped. That's fantastic. Thank you for that. We get on the flight. Now, it was delayed. There's lightning on the runway. I'm a little bit flustered. And guess who sits behind me? Children! Fucking 4-year-olds with their foots on the back of my seat. Now, they weren't kicking, so I was like, okay, I'm not going to be a Karen right now. I'm not going to turn around. I'm not going to say anything to these parents because it doesn't matter. As we are about to take off here, I hear this fucker behind me, dude. This little kid has Cocomelon, and you want to know why I know it was Cocomelon? Because all I heard for 20 fucking minutes as this plane was taking off, and you technically weren't allowed to use electronics, but no, why tell your kid to put theirs away? Because I'm being a good passenger right now, and I have my fucking, their kid fucking is chewing their mask like a fruit roll-up back there. Okay, like they're swallowing a fucking fruit roll-up. I got my mask on and I don't have my electronics out because I'm being a good passenger. And this fucknut of a 4-year-old is sitting behind me fucking swallowing their mask and listening to fucking Cocomelon on full blast in the seat behind me. I turned around. The mom was sleeping, dude. Tell your kid to put a fucking headphone in or maybe to turn it down just a hair, dude. That's the one thing that annoys me about little kids. I don't know who the fuck. It's almost like they haven't formed any form of embarrassment or social anxiety yet or understand that those are even a thing. And they just sit with their fucking knees to their chest with their fucking iPhone or iPad between their fucking knees. And they're just shoving. Oh, fuck. I dropped my phone. And they're just shoving. They're sitting with their iPhone between their knees or iPad. And they're just sitting there. And they're like breathing and looking at the screen. And they just fucking are shoving fucking fruit roll-ups and Cheerios in their mouth and just shoving all their fingers in their mouth. Why do little kids eat like that, by the way? Little kids, dude, you give them food and you'll be like, here, put this Cheerio in your mouth. They don't just put it in their mouth. They don't toss it. They don't like only bite the Cheerio. They like shove both their fingers down their fucking throat and then place the Cheerio on the back of their tongue. And then they go and shove their hand back inside the Cheerio box and then ask me if I want some. Do I want some? I don't know. I'm pretty sure you haven't had all your shots yet, bucko. I don't fucking want whatever's on your hands. Just shoving it in there all slobbery and shit. They lick their fucking fingers. They're fucking gagging themselves on the flight, shoving Cheerios down their throat. What are you doing? And I don't understand, even, dude, I don't care if that was my kid, dude. If my kid did that, because I know a lot of parents will be like, oh, I don't care. They're my kid, whatever, if it's a little saliva. I would prefer to not have my child's saliva in or around my mouth. That's just me, though. I would just prefer that wasn't a thing ever, actually. But, fuck, dude. Hold on, I need another drink, dude. My throat is so fucking dry right now because I've been screaming. But yeah, dude, that kid was pissing me off. I turn around and literally they had the games and their shit that they're watching on their phone on full fucking blast for the entire fucking flight. Okay, I didn't love it, but I put my headphones in and I watched a movie and I just ignored them and I put my headphones at full blast so I couldn't fucking hear them and I enjoyed the flight and I love flying at night too because it's just, I don't know, what's something about it, dude. Something about it's got a real nostalgia feeling and I don't know what it was. Also, by the way, the girl at the airport before I left, I forgot to say this. It wouldn't let me print my boarding pass or wouldn't let me put it on my phone. So I was like, oh, okay, that's weird. We'll just go to the desk or whatever right when we walk in. And I didn't need to check a bag. I didn't check a bag on the way here. I brought it as a carry-on, but I get up there and the girl was like, you need to check that bag. And I go, this is a fucking carry-on. I don't know if you know how to measure, but this is definitely a carry-on. She goes, I know it's a carry-on, but you're not allowed to have one. And I'm like, what? Who? What? The fuck is going on right now? And she goes, you're not allowed to have a carry-on. And I was like, what? You know how people, I don't know if you ever noticed this, but you know how sometimes they'll just like, the airport will just like, you know how they randomly pick people to go through like the big metal detector instead of the little one, and they randomly pick people that have to check their bag for no reason? That happened to me, okay? That happened to me that day because this girl was like, you need to check your bag. And Ben, once again, who I flew with, he was getting a little bit upset, and he was like, he didn't have to fucking check a bag on the way here. And I'm like, I know. That's okay. That's fine. We'll just pay for the fucking, we'll fucking, as long as it's on the flight, as long as this is going back to Chicago, I don't give a fuck where it is on the plane. I'll pay the money. I don't care. I just want to get at the flight. Don't make this lady angry and not allow me on the flight. Okay. I just want to go home. All right. And so that happened. I had to check my fucking bag. And then, like I was saying, as we're going through security, everyone in front of me, 20 people in front of me, bing, 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 right through the regular metal detector. I'm about to walk through. Guy looks at me. He's like, hold up, boss. Hold up, boss. I'm going to need you to come this way. What the fuck do you think I have on me, dude? All right, and I get in there, and they go, and I'm in this thing. I got my hands up in my head, and they go, is there anything in your pocket, sir? And I go, yeah, there actually is. And I go to reach, and they're like, what's in your pocket? And I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm sorry, it's not a gun. It's not a gun. I swear, I'm sorry. And they're like, okay, what is it? I go, it's receipts. It's receipts. Don't fucking tase me. It's receipts. I'm sorry, I reached a little fast. I know I reached a little fast, but we just don't fucking, just calm down. Just fucking calm down, okay? No need to get your titties in a bunch. And I give them my receipts, and then they go, can you show the guy what's in your hand? And I go, I'm like shoving in his face. I go, it's just receipts. I promise, it's just receipts. And I shove it in his face. He's like, okay, fucking get him out of my face and get on your way. I'm like, okay, I will do. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for not tackling me in the middle of the airport. Thank you. But yeah, dude, wild fucking trip. Also, the first time I ever flew alone, I'm not 100% sure like what like the age thing or whatever it is when you fly alone where like someone's not with you, but it was like the age that you get to where you could finally fly alone with nobody with you. And I was younger, okay, but when I was younger, I did hit puberty kind of early, so I always looked older. I always looked like, now I could, some people say I look fucking 23. I disagree, but some people think that I am 23, 24, something like that. So let's just think about that. People right now, I'm 19. People think I look 23, 24. So 4 years ago, I would look like I'm 19 or 20 years old because I always looked older. So the first time I ever flew alone, I was being a fucking moron, and I wasn't paying attention when the flight landed, okay? And I didn't hear where baggage claim was. So I'm like, okay, no biggie, no whoop-de-doo-dandy. I'll just follow everybody out, and I'll follow them to baggage claim. The person, of course, that I picked to follow only had a carry-on, and I followed them all the way to the doors to get out. Now, this is at O'Hare. O'Hare is a very big airport in Chicago. If you have never been there, it's one of the largest. It might be the largest. I'm not 100% sure, but it's one of the largest. So it's a little bit hectic, okay? And when you're flying alone for the first time and you're a young kid, you don't know what's going on. And I followed, once again, the wrong person to the baggage claim like a moron. Now, keep in mind, like I said, I'm young, but I look 20 years old. And I go up to these security guards, and I go, hey, I don't know where baggage claim is, like an idiot. And there's 5 of them. They're looking at me. They're looking at me like, why the fuck does this 20-year-old not know where baggage claim is? And I'm like, no, I swear, I'm 15. I don't know. I'm like, I swear, I'm like 15. I promise you, I'm not 20 years old and a fucking idiot. And they're like, it's downstairs where it always has been. And I'm like, oh yeah, I knew that. For a second, I almost wanted to like pretend like I didn't know English. And I literally almost got there and pretended like I didn't know English. I like genuinely did, and I kind of wish I did, but now those 5 security guards at the airport probably still think I'm a fucking idiot, and one of them was laughing at me. He's like, how do you not know where baggage claim is? I'm like, bro, I swear I'm not fucking 20, okay? I just don't know where baggage claim is. I'm sorry. And then I finally got my bag, and I got out of there, but that was just a fun little story I wanted to tell you. All right, last thing here. New segment, Shitty Advice with Cause. I'm literally looking at them right now. I did not look at it before. Okay, you guys want serious advice. This is not the Emma Chamberlain podcast, okay, dude? This is go ask Emma Chamberlain about your real life problems, okay? Oh my God, you guys said so many. Fuck. Okay, let's see what we got here. All right, this one I could answer. I'm going to give you terrible advice. Don't listen to this advice, but I'm going to give it to you. Okay, listen at your own will. Don't hold me liable. Long distance with boyfriend of less than a year, is it worth it? You're asking the wrong guy. You're asking the wrong guy. Listen. Do you love him? And are you 100% positive that he loves you back? If you are not 110% on both, fucking end it. Look, and I know you're sitting there, and it's probably very difficult for you, and you probably feel comfortable. Think about this. This is actually good advice. Are you comfortable in the relationship, and you just it feels comfortable and it feels safe, and that's why you don't want to end it? Or do you genuinely like the person? Think about that. Let that sit on the old dome piece. But listen, love. Look, if you truly think you're going to be together one day, let them go, okay? Because they might come back. They might fucking not come back. I don't know. I hate that saying where it's like, if you love it, let it go. And if it's right, then it'll come back eventually. What are you talking about? That's not true.
if you truly love someone and they truly love you, then you're gonna work it out no matter what. Don't look at each other and be like, I think it's best if we break up, dude. Then you don't love each other. You don't give a fuck, dude. And I know a lot of people are listening right now and they're gonna be like, Anthony, you don't know our situation. You're right, but I also don't give a fuck. So look, take what I said with a grain of salt. Take honestly with half a grain of salt, because I'm not, once again, not the best of advice. But at the end of the day, you know, whatever your heart says, if your heart says dump them and having a hot girl summer, then go out there and start, you know, fucking and sucking anything you see, okay? But if it says you really love him and you don't want to have a hot girl summer and you can't live without him, then you know what? Tell him. Tell them exactly that, because if you don't communicate, your relationship is going to end right before college, you know? Bum, 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 bum. How to shoot my coworker. What? Oh, how to shoot my shot. I was like, I don't know how to murder someone. Fucking, why are you asking me this question? How to shoot your shot with your coworker. Okay. Fucking, I don't know. You just, honestly, I think it's all about being bold, okay? That's what kind of realized is this. I don't know if you're, okay, you didn't give me a lot to work with here. I don't know if you like, I don't know what you like, okay? So, because it's different with different people. If it's a guy, I don't know what I can't help you with girls or anyone that, you know, identifies as a girl. I can't help you there because I'm not having the best luck myself. But honestly, if it's a guy, I can help you out there. Just be bold. Just be like, hey, I like you. Let's have dinner and then let's hook up after. And that guy will probably be a little bit floored, but you're going to know right on the spot. He's either going to be like, no, I'm a good, or he's going to be like, fuck yeah, let's do it. Okay, so fucking quit being a bitch, okay? Let your balls out, or fucking or let your tits hang, I don't know. Okay, whatever you're dealing with, whatever genitals you got, let them hang out. Let them hang real low. Let them touch the ground, let them scrape the concrete, let them scrape the dirt, get a little dirty, get a little musty, and walk right up to that person and be like, I like you. Do you like me? Do you want dinner this Sunday? Confidence. Confidence is key, okay? Once again, that's for guys. For girls, I have no fucking idea. I have no clue. If someone could give me advice, that'd be great. The only thing I know, I'm actually very terrible at like sending like DMs. I rarely DM any girl ever that I see, because I'm just like, it's a waste of time. I don't have any pickup lines. The only way, one-on-one, if I meet you in person, oh, dude, you better back up, because I'm going to reel you in like no other, okay? Because I got the jokes like crazy, okay? And I'm going to have you laughing, and then you're going to be like, is he just funny, or am I truly in love with him? And you're going to be wondering that the whole time, but all that matters is that you go on that date with me, and then you're never getting out, okay? You're never getting out, because I got the jokes with me. I got them rolling. But on DMs, it's a lot harder to get a joke across, because you don't have the rhythm and the momentum and the punchlines, you know what I'm saying? And it's a lot harder to get that across. So the few girls that I have DM'd have not gotten back to me. Pretty sure they saw it, ghosted me. Respectfully, I don't have much of a DM game. Also, if you're listening to this and you are for some reason one of the girls that I have DM'd, one of the very, very few that I have DM'd in my time on the internet, fucking DM me back, okay? Because you're few and far between, okay? But yeah, just be confident, okay? Just be confident. Anyways, let's see here. What else do we got? Let's see. How do you tell? Oh, this is okay. I probably can't answer that. You know what? Here. How should you tell your homophobic grandma that you're gay? That's definitely not my place to speak. Definitely not my place to speak. I wouldn't know anything about it. I don't really know what to do. Maybe, I don't know, fucking slap your grandma, tie her in a chair, and waterboard her until she changes her. I'm kidding. I'm sorry. I'm sure your grandma's great otherwise. I'm sorry. I'm sure she's fine. I'm sure she's just stuck in her old ways. Listen, what you got to do is you got to get them all their old ways. I don't know. This is not my room to speak. You know what's funny though? Not that. That's not funny. I genuinely hope that if she knew that you were like that, maybe if she knew that you were gay, she would realize that she actually accepts you and that her fucking ideas were stupid and wrong, because they are. I don't know. But what I think is kind of funny is when you ever talk to someone who's like a lot older, like a boomer. Like, you ever talk to a boomer who's like trying really hard to be progressive, but they still can't like
but they're still having like trouble like forming their words. You never like it's awesome that they're putting in the effort to be progressive and like be a better person. That's amazing. But it's really funny to watch them try and work through what they're trying to say without sounding like homophobic. You'll talk to some old guy and he'll be like, "Hey, I don't know if you know this, but I don't care. I don't care. You know, I don't, whatever they want to do, but I found out that Frankie, he likes to, he's a switch hitter. You know what I'm saying?" And you're sitting there and you're like, he switched. I didn't know he was ambidextrous. That's pretty cool. Good for him. And then they'll be like, no. I mean, fucking, you know, he likes the bats and the balls a little bit more than the glove, you know what I'm saying? And you're like, I don't. What is he? Why doesn't he like the glove? I didn't even know he played baseball. And then they're like, he's fucking gay. He's fucking gay. Frankie's fucking gay. Okay? And you're like, okay, I mean, you could have just said he was gay. You didn't need to fucking, you didn't need to beat around the bush or whatever. And they're like, I know. I'm sorry. I don't know how to fucking say it. I didn't know if I was allowed to just fucking come out and say it. I don't know. I don't know what I'm allowed to say these days. It's like, okay, it's fine. As long as you're trying. That's what matters. As long as you're trying. And then they're sitting there and you're like, yeah, you know, I knew he's got a boyfriend. I just met him. And they'll be sitting there and they're like, he's got a boyfriend? Good for him. Good for him. Good for him. Tell him, listen, let him know from me that I don't care. I don't care what cock he sucks as long as it ain't mine. And you're like, okay, all right, you're not allowed outside. Don't. It's like, okay, you're not, I get that you're trying, but you're not allowed outside. You definitely can't say that to people. You definitely cannot say that. And then you yell at them and you're like, no, I'm not saying it like that. I support them. I support what they're doing, but I just don't want to get my balls sucked. It's like, okay, shut up. Fucking, you're not, stay in the house for 3 days. You got to rethink what you just said. You definitely, I know that you're trying, but you're not allowed to say that. Okay, Grandpa, fucking go take a walk, and please do not talk to random gay men on the street because they will punch you for good reasons, okay? Please. But yeah, I don't know. That's funny, but I hope everything works out good with you and your grandma. Hopefully she'll realize that, like I said, what she thought was wrong and that you're the same person she's always loved. And whoever you like or whatever shouldn't matter to her. And I hope, genuinely, seriously hope that works out. And I hope everything goes swimmingly. And I hope that she is on your side. Like, genuinely. Genuinely mean that from the heart, bottom of my heart. Mean it 1,000%. Anyways, guys, we're going to end the podcast here. First and foremost, make sure you subscribe, follow the podcast where we listen, fucking give rates and reviews over on Apple. Really helps it out, really helps push the podcast. Share with everybody you know. Follow the podcast on YouTube and on Instagram if you want to be involved in the questions and advice. It's just @Kicking It with Kaz on all platforms. And follow my socials, Anthony Kaz. Just look up Anthony Kaz. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, all that good shit. And my other YouTube channel, Anthony Kaz. Go check out. I post videos there at least once a week as well. So if you want more content, go watch that. And other than that, we're going to end every episode like we always do with 2 claps and a Ric Flair. So can I get 2 claps and a Ric Flair? Woo! See you next week.